Right, sir. Now just give a minute of time, then I will start our session. Right. Now all of you take this link details. Everybody take this link and just let me check one more time, that is working or not. Just 1 minute, sir. Let me check it. If it is not working, it will be the problem. Let me check it. Yeah, document we are getting. It's okay, fine. Right. Now take this link. This is a Spring folder link. There only we are going to keep some content. Right now, just I'm giving the link details in the chart also. I think it will be available to everybody. Please check once. Okay. All right. Now, so coming to the content, Java frameworks. We are going to discuss the content. Java frameworks offer the core Java and advanced Java. We need to understand Java frameworks. In Java frameworks, what content here we are understanding there? First one is the Spring framework. Here we are going to do. Next one is the Spring Boot. After that, microservices. Then after this, web services. But along with that, Hibernate also be here. We have to understand that is what their JPA implementation. Right, I can keep directly JPA with the Hibernate. Both are same. Hibernate with the JPA, or we can say that JPA with the Hibernate. Both are okay, fine. We are going to understand the content. These are the various content here. We are going to understand part of the Java frameworks. Up to now, whatever the programming we have done, that is at one level. But the next learning process is for the sake of what there is a different level. Everything we are going to think about enterprise level, enterprise application development. It's for the sake of like what there enterprise application development. So for that particular purpose only here we are understanding directly this Java frameworks related content like Spring framework, Spring Boot, microservices, web services. Next one is what there Hibernate. To cover all these concepts, our timing should be 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. 2 slots I need to maintain as per our regular slots only. No need to think about different timings there. All right. 10 o'clock to up to 1 o'clock we are planning. 10 in the sense you can think of it at 10:15 or 10:20. Like that we used to start our classes up to 1 o'clock. Within these two slots, I'm going to take the classes. Today, just we started with what there? We are going to start with the Spring framework. At 11:30 to 1 o'clock, Advanced Java is going on. Once if we complete Advanced Java, immediately I will start watch Hibernate topic I will start. Why? Because in the middle of the spring, we need a Hibernate. The moment when we come for the Hibernate dependency inside the Spring framework, by the time I must complete Advanced Java, by the time I must start a Hibernate and I have to complete at least 15 to 20% of the syllabus in a Hibernate. So I have a clear-cut plan. Moreover, if you want to understand Spring Boot, we must have the thorough knowledge and what there Spring framework. Of course, in outside some rumor is going on. Entire Spring framework is not required. Just a Spring core module. Half of the core module is sufficient to start with the Spring Boot. No, that is not true. That is not true. If you do that, in a Spring Boot, you may get confusion. You may not understand effectively the Spring Boot. Each and every pinpoint you are unable to understand in a Spring Boot. So due to that reason, what is the point here I'm telling to you clearly? If you want to start a Spring Boot, must have thorough knowledge on Spring framework. Why? Because I'm giving clearly information with you, try to understand it. Spring Boot introduction content, right from introduction onwards, we can start web application development, where Spring web module is required. Understand my point here? Inside the Spring Boot, data JPA topic is available, or data JDBC is also available. There we require Spring JDBC module, Spring ORM module. Understand it what I am telling them. Next one is Spring REST is available. Spring Boot REST is available, where definitely REST API is required. That means web services, RESTful services, knowledge is required. Spring Boot web is available there. Definitely where again what we require there, Spring web module that is required. See, if you want to touch a Spring Boot, to understand thoroughly, if you want to touch a Spring Boot, definitely we require the complete awareness on Spring framework. That's why, as per our own view, first let us complete the total Spring framework. After that only, I'm going to start what there Spring Boot. Okay, when we complete Spring Boot, microservices we are going to start. All right, Spring may take a bit of time. Then after that, Spring Boot microservices will take less time. Microservices hardly 20 to 22 days of time. That's it, not more than that. Just 6 to 7 number of topics are going to be available in microservices that we are going to understand. But major part is going on with what there Spring Boot. Spring Boot is a base. That how much strongly we are going to understand that Spring Boot, that much of easiness we are able to get in what there microservices. But don't worry for it. I'll make it simple. Everything easily we are able to understand one after another. Everything we are going to understand effectively. No need to worry for this. All right. At the same time, just what I am telling you, just follow my direction. Easily we are able to complete your content with a very good understanding. Okay, fine. So web services in the middle might be at the as the last topic, or maybe whenever the time is available, there we are going to understand that web services. It is also be taking less time only, not to take too much time here. Why? Because in web services, two types of services are available. One is the SOAP services, another one is RESTful services. SOAP services are outdated totally. Nowadays, nobody is using the SOAP services, but at least introductory part, little bit information we required. After that only, we are going to understand what their RESTful services. The RESTful services are having very good demand that we are going to understand. See, this is Spring Boot onwards. All the topics are dependent topics for us. Right from the Spring framework onwards, one topic is dependent on what there, another topic here. On the base of the dependencies only, I have to take the classes. So I will plan for it. No need to think too much about it. I will plan for it. I'll give a clear-cut roadmap for it. At what time, which topic I have to start, which content I need to take. That everything I will take the responsibility. No need to worry for it. Okay. Right. Leave this content here. So today we are going to understand in this particular session that the Spring framework. Here we are going to understand Spring framework. All right. So in a Spring framework, the main intention of the Spring framework is to prepare enterprise applications. The main intention of the Spring framework is to prepare what their enterprise applications. One more point I'm telling there. Up to now, learning process at one level. Next onwards, learning process should be different. Always we have to think about the enterprise application development. Up to now, just we have played with the standalone applications, a simple command prompt, this kind of applications. Of course, in Spring framework also up to some part we have to deal with the command prompt only. That means console only. On console only we are going to do that work. It's okay, but still the concepts are somewhat standard topics. The topics we have to understand in the level of what, in the point of what, enterprise applications. Understand it clearly. Okay, fine. So before going to understand the content here in the Spring framework, what you are having the content here, the syllabus related content, it's very simple syllabus, 6 to 7 topics only that we are going to understand. What are the 6 to 7 topics inside the Spring framework there? If we come for it, first one is anyway introduction. In all my classes, that introduction part will be a solid introduction, the concrete introduction I need to provide. Especially the moment when we are going to start to learn about this type of products, like a Spring product, Spring frameworks, the concrete foundation is required. The concrete foundation we are going to see inside what the introduction part here. All of you understand it now. Next one is after that Spring core module. Spring core module. It is a bit lengthy module when compared with all other, but there only the total foundation is going to be covered. Foundation in the sense Spring framework related fundamental, the total fundamental we are going to be covered. One example I said to you, in a core Java, how much importance is available for object orientation? Same kind of importance is available for Spring core module in entire Spring framework. Another comparison, how much importance is available for core Java throughout the Java? Same type of importance is available for what? Spring core module throughout the Spring framework. So we should not neglect it. We must understand each and every corner of the Spring core module. But in fact, I had very good R&D work regarding this Spring core module. We are going to see more content, max information inside the Spring core module. Next one is after that, after completion of this particular one, the next one is what there Spring JDBC module. We are going to discuss that. The Spring JDBC module is required awareness on JDBC. Plain JDBC at present at 11:30, what we are discussing there, that JDBC awareness is required. Already you had that awareness, I think so. Am I right? Already you're having awareness on the JDBC module. Don't worry. Right. Even if you're not having awareness on it, no, little bit introductory part I'm going to discuss before going to start our actual content. Right, sir. That is one thing. After completion of this, the next one is like what there, Spring AOP module. We are going to understand it. The next module is what there, Spring AOP module. Everybody understand it now. After completion of the Spring AOP module, I'll discuss about aspect oriented programming. In the introduction of the object orientation, at least I given some 2 minutes of information are given about this aspect orientation, but fully we are going to understand aspect orientation there inside our Spring AOP module. Next one is after that Spring transactions module. Spring transactions module is available. If you want to go for database operations, the transaction separate environment is required. How we are going to implement the transactions, how we are going to do all the transactions, that everything here we are going to understand here. No need to worry for it. The transaction module here we are going to understand. Next one is after completion of this Spring ORM module. This is the most important module as part of that Spring Boot. Even if you want to go for Spring Boot, that ORM module awareness is required. In a Spring ORM, we are going to do some kind of hard coding kind of approach. If you know that, it's very simple to understand Spring Boot where database operations by using data JPA. In a Spring framework, somewhat hard approach. In a Spring Boot, everything is simplified. All right, that lively we are going to understand the content, how much that Spring Boot simplifies our entire Spring framework content. We are going to understand it. Don't worry for it. Next one is after this Spring ORM module, the next one is like what there, Spring Web and Web MVC. Spring Web module is almost an outdated module. Nowadays, nobody is using that. Why? Because one example I'm telling there. What is the intention of this web module? Previously, Struts framework is available. Have you heard about it? The name is Struts is one of the framework actually. Nowadays, nobody is using that. It is totally outdated. Apache product that was. Okay, Struts is one of the outdated framework. For integrating Struts applications with the Spring application, we are using Spring Web module. JSF, are you aware about it? No, Java Server Faces, not JSPs. Java Server Pages is different. Java Server Faces is different. It's a Sun Microsystems product. Nowadays, it is available with the Oracle Corporation. It is MVC based product, MVC based content. All of you are getting it or not? MVC based framework. Still, it is available in Java actually, but it is an outdated. Nobody is using nowadays. To integrate that outdated JSF with the Spring applications, we are using what there? Spring Web module. So better to avoid like what there? Spring Web module. No need to go for that integration content here. I think so. Maybe the latest versions of the Spring may not give 100% support for this kind of outdated modules, outdated frameworks integration with us. That's why in place of it, there we are going to understand what there Spring Web MVC. Spring has its own MVC framework. That is what their Web MVC. In which way Struts framework is available as MVC framework. In which way JSF framework is available as MVC based framework. In the same way, Spring framework has MVC framework. That MVC framework is available in the form of a separate module. That module is what there Spring Web MVC. Everybody understand it clearly. After this, after completion of this, the next one is what there Spring security. Spring security, we can make it is optional here. Why? Because that security module in the Spring it is available, but is almost all outdated, coming to the outdated. But the same type of security is provided at Spring Boot. That is very good. That is Spring Boot with security. That is very good. That we are going to understand effectively instead of understanding the total security module in our Spring framework. It's a time-based process now. But make it is optional. If time is available, I'll discuss about. Otherwise, I'll discuss that entire security concepts inside what there Spring Boot here. No need to worry for it. Okay, majorly these are the various topics which are available inside the Spring framework. Just outlined information only. Topic names only are given there. All of you are getting it or not? Fine, sir. Leave this content here. Now, today we are going to understand. Right, sir. The today. Right, sir. Now, observe carefully. Then today we are going to understand that introduction content. Just we are going to start that introduction part for what there Spring framework. Right. Observe carefully. Right. Now, as I said to you clearly, Spring is a framework. It is mainly for what purpose there? No, enterprise application development. Now, we have to start our story right from enterprise application. What is the meaning of enterprise application? For what purpose here we are going to use that enterprise applications? From that particular topic onwards, we are going to discuss the content here now. Right, sir? All right. Now, observe carefully. Now, introduction part here I'm going to provide. First of all, tell me what is an enterprise application, and before that, what is an enterprise? After that, we'll understand what is an enterprise application. What is an enterprise? Don't think too much about this terminology. In general, what we listen in outside about these enterprises and this kind of names, as per the tool, we have to give the information. Okay, for our information, I'm going to give one hint. Enterprise is a business organization. Enterprise is what? A business organization where business is going on. Very simple words. Now we can give some description about it. I want to give one options to try to answer for it. Say for example, the roadside saloon shop is available. Roadside pachari shop is available. Can I say it's an enterprise? There also be businesses going on. Am I right or not? There also businesses going on where money is exchanged from one hand to another hand for the sake of the services. No. Pachari shop, if you take there in outside general store, There also business is going on. There might be more business is going on when compared with other organizations. No, huh? Can I say it is an enterprise? Okay, doubtful. Leave it. Durga Software Solutions is also a business. Don't think about it as a charitable trust, no, right? Never. Durgasoft is not at all charitable trust. It's a purely business organization. I'm the person, I'm doing business. No doubt for that. I'm a businessman, right? But not now, outside of the class. Inside the class, teacher, right? The trainer. We have to believe that. Fine. So the point is what? Durga Software Solutions. What is this Durga Software Solutions? Can I say it's an enterprise? Can I say it is an enterprise? Doubt. Still doubt. Response is not coming properly. Some of you are believing that, but some of you are not believing that. Okay, leave it. Next, Tata Group of Organizations, Reliance Industries. Can I say they are enterprises? Yes? No, more sounds are coming now. So when the label is Tata, Reliance, then only you are saying that enterprise, no? Okay, of course, right? Your thought is right. They are enterprises. Their organizations are enterprises. Durgasoft is not an enterprise. Roadside saloon shop is not at all an enterprise. We cannot say them. We cannot say they are enterprises. There is a general meaning for it. There is a generalization. There are some standards. The standards they have to maintain. Then only they are like what they are enterprises. The point is very simple. At roadside, one saloon shop is available where business is going on. More number of customers are coming. By seeing the type of environment, that saloon shop owner may start another shop at other place now, where the business may not be available. Immediately, what will happen within a month of time? He will close that. But in enterprises, it should not be happen like this. Sir, got my point or not? It is not like that. There is a standardization. Even for the saloon shop, registration may not be available. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? So all formalities may not be existed here for that. Okay, leave this one. Do you think about it that Durgasoft is an enterprise? No. Are you thinking about it that Durgasoft is an enterprise? No. People are saying that yes, in my online people, no, right? They are having more trust when compared with offline people. I don't know what is the reason for it. Most of the people are saying that yes, 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 yes. Nice, very good. Durgasoft is what there? An enterprise, right? You are thinking like that. But in fact, it is not an enterprise. It is not an enterprise, but we are moving towards enterprise. But as of now, no enterprise. But we are moving towards enterprise organization. Okay. Why? Because which organizations are called in general an enterprises? Which organization is what? An enterprise. At least if you want to understand the generalization, the point is what? Collaborative of organizations are the group of organizations running under a single label. A group of organizations running under single label. Collaborative of organizations running under single label. If any organization has its hand in multiple domains, if any organization has its hand in multiple domains, multiple platforms, but all of them are running under a single label, the type of organizations are called as what? Their enterprise organizations are simply an enterprise. Is a generalization I'm telling you. My point. All right, sir. Now the point is what? If we take Tata group of organizations, for example, if we take an example, Tata group of organizations, what is available with the Tata group of organizations? They know what, in which domains they are available, in which platforms they are having their participation. If you observe this, just simple examples I'm telling there. With respect to you, in relation with you, Tata group of organizations has given one domain. What is the domain here? No, TCS. What is the TCS now? At least abbreviation I'm asking, sir. As you're the software engineer, Tata Consultancy Services. That is, at least you should remember that. Not only that, right from salt to steel. Am I right? Right from salt to steel, they had their own hands on each and every area. Examples: Tata Salt is there or not? I think you might be aware very well, right? No? I think nowadays you are not doing that. I think these people are aware more. I know that, right? It's a bachelor, right? Fine, sir. So Tata Salt, that's okay, fine. That is one area. Next one is what there, apart from this, no, apart from this Tata Salt, then what next one it is available there? Now tell me. Anyway, Tata Steel I have given. Next one is the TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. Apart from that, what next one here we are having there? Tata Insurance is available, and Tata might be Tata related marts are available. Am I right or not? Nowadays, right? Tata Motors. Then previously Docomo, telecommunications. On the domain also they are available. Tata Motors. Then after that, nowadays Tata Motors you are not aware. I think so. Then one famous branding. Or is that here? Land Rovers. I think so. Not Land Rovers. I think so. Now at present might be that Land Rovers is the topmost cars in the world, but they are undertaken by what there? The Tata Group of organizations. Now in India might be then Ford also be, they stopped their production in India, but Tata Group of organizations, they have captured that Ford. But remember it, not business. Only workstations they have taken. From Ford, Tata Group of organizations, they have taken only workstations, service centers, and might be like what their selling points. Just they have taken up to that only, not even throughout India. Up to South only they have taken it. In North, they have not taken it. Understood that already regarding that point now. Like this, whatever it may be, Tata Group of organizations in multiple domains, they're having their participation. Leave it. Reliance. Reliance Industries, if we take that as an example, there also we can see multiple domains. Even Reliance people, they entered into the saloon shops area also. That business also. I think in Mumbai they had number of might be points there, number of saloon shops, Reliance saloon shops. But in India, in Hyderabad, they planned for it, but they didn't start it. I don't know what is the reason for it. That is one point. Another one is they previously they have taken the steps towards education also, but I don't know what is the reason why they stopped it actually. That +2 education they want to capture in Hyderabad in the sense AP and Telangana. By the time already they had some conversation with what there's some topmost organizations in the coaching centers. Of course, not in Java training centers, not in this area. Intermediate education, where more business will come there, they want to put their hands. That's the greatness of the Reliance people. But their strategy is very clear. I think already you understood about their strategy by introducing the geo network, right? In which way they started geo network, what they are doing at present, how they increase it. There's a very good strategy. You're not aware about it. Actually, they were not in telecommunications initially, but they want to have their flag in the telecommunications. What they have to do? They need to start. They need to have a very good startup. Then immediately 1 year of time they are given free net. Every Indian might be used it. Almost each and every person. Slowly, they are in a business level. Now automatically they are doing very good business. They are the topmost telecommunication vendor at present. Then 5G spectrum in the when the biddings were started there, they're the topmost person that took that 5G spectrum. They're waiting, eagerly waiting for what their 6G also. They are giving some donations for 6G development also. Understand it? India in collaboration with some other country, they started already that 6G kind of network. And already their Reliance people are giving more participation. See, just examples I'm telling them. Like this, the Reliance people are also be having so many platforms. They're having their hands on so many platforms there. So we can understand that Reliance Industries is an enterprise. The point is what I'm telling there. It is a business organization. It is what there, a business organization where business is going on for the services, where business is going on for the services. Next one is a group of some other definition I'm telling there, a group of organizations running under a single label. A group of organizations running under a single label. Understand it clearly. Right, so single label is called an enterprise. Is called what there? An enterprise. That's okay, fine. This is the basic awareness on what there? An enterprise. Okay, then finally what you have to remember from this? No, in enterprises business is going on. Clear? All of you get my point? No, in enterprises what is going on there? Business is going on. Okay, just give a minute of time. I'll explain one more point. Simple example. 20 years back, if we take the case now, 20 years back, if we take the case now, I want to book a car. There might be some cars are available. I want to book a car 20 years back. So number of car vendors are available now outside. Just I may go for one car service center, maybe some selling points. There I want to take a car. Think of it. Some cars are available. Tata, for example. Where might be Tata related cars are available. And 20 years back in the sense, which car is very good there by the time? Right, sir? Which car is very good there by the time from Tata? Yeah? Indiga. Indiga is okay for small scale, no. Safari, I think so, right? Safari is a good car by the time. All politicians might be used that. Fortuner is okay at present, latest trend. That is 20 years back, I'm thinking now. Okay, leave it, whatever it may be. Some car I want to take. How the car booking is going to be happen 20 to 20 years back now. If you want to book a car, a normal, a register is available. A book is available. Name, customer phone number, landline number, not mobiles, right? Next one is a booking order, some ID. Next one is what there? Initial payment. Like this, everything is maintained in what there? A register. In our colleges might be in which way registers are available. In our schooling, in which way registers are available. By the time we have to book in this way. Yes, sir, got it or not? But days goes on, what happened there? By days goes on, what happened there? Now at present, how we are going to book the car? How we are able to book the car at present, you know? There everywhere softwares are coming or not? The Tata people have maintained one software or not? When we go there, whenever we want to book the car there, immediately they open the software. There they are going to enter our details. From that selling point, from that booking point onwards, your entire information is going to be traced out by that particular Tata organizations. All right, sir. Now booking date. Next one is what there? Delivery date. After completion of it, first service date, second service date, third service date. Everything is going to be tracked throughout India, wherever we are giving your car to the service center. The tracking is going to be happen or not? What is it actually? What is it actually? Some software. Software in the sense what there? A Java application. Think of it. Software in the sense what there? A simple Java application. So automatically by days goes on, automatically the software is emerged into the business organizations or not. When softwares are emerged in the business organizations, automatically the utilization of the software is increased. Automatically simplicity will come for the business processing. What is coming in the business processing? In the way of business processing, the total business processing is simplified when the softwares are introduced. Then the application what we prepared is a software application to simplify the business of the enterprises. That the software application is called an enterprise application. The software application is called what there? An enterprise application. Everybody put more concentration what I'm telling you. Now I'm giving the definition for an enterprise application. Enterprise application. What is this enterprise application actually? It is a software application. It is a software application. Nice. Enterprise application is what there? It is a software application. It was prepared to simplify the business processing, simplify the business processing of the enterprises. Everybody understand the definition here, context here we have to understand. It is a software application. It was prepared to simplify the business processing of the enterprises. In the enterprises, the total business processing we want to simplify. For that particular reason, here we are getting what there? Enterprise application. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Of course, in core Java introduction part, I used to give one definition for enterprise application or distributed application. Without on the base of client server architecture, by distributing application logic over multiple missions. If you prepare the application, then it is called as what there? An enterprise application. That is academic style example. That is what their initial core level definition. But now the definition here we have to change. This is the exact definition of the enterprise application. What is that enterprise application? It is a software application. It will be designed for the enterprises in order to simplify the enterprises business implementation. The software applications are going to simplify the enterprises business processing. Yes, sir, got done much? All right, sir. For example, after completion of this, what is the meaning of enterprise and what is the meaning of an enterprise application, then we have to understand enterprise applications architecture. Enterprise applications architecture. Next one, enterprise applications architecture. So what is this enterprise applications architecture? All right, to prepare an enterprise application, we have to use the following layers. What layers here we are going to use there? The first one is what? User interface layer or presentation layer. Just I'm giving there high-end architecture. I'm giving there not too much internal architecture. In the future, we are going to understand the total internal architectures. But at present, we have to understand what their high-end architecture, topmost level only we are going to discuss. Right. First one is like what their user interface layer or presentation layer. And the second one is what their business processing layer, or simply we can call it as what their business layer. Third one is what their data access and storage layer, or simply persistence layer, or we may call it as data layer. Different names are available. Okay, data layer or persistence layer or data access and storage. Data storage and access layer, that will be good thing. Data storage and access layer. Data storage and access layer. So these are overall three types of layers here we are going to use to prepare an enterprise application. Let's see in the form of a diagram here. Then later I will go for this content here. No? First of all, let me provide in the form of a diagram here. Observe carefully. Now, the first of all here, what I want to do there. So this is my enterprise application. Okay, now inside this enterprise application, layers here I'm going to provide. This is one layer, and this is another layer, and this is another layer. Okay, fine. Overall three layers here we are having. Now here we are having another layer here. Right. Now the names here I want to provide. Observe carefully. Enterprise application. Now this is like what I am telling to you, database. Okay. Now this part is having communication with the database. Now the next one is user interface layer or presentation layer. User interface layer or presentation layer. Next one is what there? Business processing layer or business layer. Business processing layer or business layer. Okay. Next one is after that, after completion of which, next one is after completion of this, that other content is like what there? Data storage and access layer or persistence layer. They are the different names that we can identify. Right, sir? Data storage and access layer or persistence layer. Anything else? All of you are following these points, no? Right, now tell me, in enterprises, in enterprise application architecture, inside this enterprise applications, how many layers are available overall? 3 layers are available. What are the 3 layers? Now tell me. First one is what there? User interface layer or presentation layer. Second one is what there? Business processing layer or business layer. Third one is what there? Data storage and access layer or persistence layer. Now this is like what there? Database. See this? Easily we can identify one point here. Which layer is responsible to perform database operations? Come on, which layer is connected with the database? Which layer is connected with the database? Data storage and access layer or persistence layer is connected with what their databases. That is responsible for what there? For the database operations in enterprise applications. Okay, fine. Leave this punch here. Then after this, the first one here we are going to understand user interface layer or presentation layer. Now we need to understand this content. At least basic awareness is required. One more point I'm telling there. Why I'm discussing all these points? As I said to you already, Spring framework is meant for which type of applications? No. Spring framework meant for which type of applications? No. Enterprise applications. So we need to understand everything about enterprise applications. After that, we are going to use what? Spring framework for the enterprise application development. Without having knowledge on enterprises and their implementations, preparing enterprise applications with the Spring framework is a time waste process. So before going to start our implementation, but first we need to understand some domain information, enterprise architecture, enterprise applications, architecture, enterprise applications, enterprise. That's why we started right from enterprises onwards. Let's move on to the point. Next one, user interface layer or presentation layer. First of all, what is the main purpose of the user interface layer or persistence layer? Presentation layer. What is the main intention of this particular one? Observe carefully. It is a topmost layer in the enterprise applications. It's a topmost layer in the enterprise applications. Okay. Next one is its main purpose. Its main purpose is to improve look and feel. Is to improve look and feel in the enterprise applications. Look and feel to the enterprise applications. Everybody understand it clearly. What's the main intention of this enterprise application? That means this user interface layer or presentation layer is to improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. So what is the meaning of this look and feel? What's the meaning of it now? Simple example. No need to take any other examples. Very simple. All of you are having Gmail account. Am I right? All of you are having what their Gmail account. Am I right? No response. All right. If you want to open your Gmail account, what we have to do? What do you have to do, sir? Just abracadabra open Gmail. No? Tell me what you are going to do. First, you have to open the browser, and browser we have to type what? www.gmail.com. Then automatically, what we are able to get? Gmail.com. Automatically, what we are able to get? Directly our account page will open. No? Now, first login page is open or not? Understand it clearly. What it is open there? Login page. In that login page, username, password, username, text field, password field, button, login button. In the bottom, sign up, a link might be you are able to identify. If you are not having account with Gmail, then we have to click on what there? Sign up link. If we click on sign up link, actually, I think so might be 1.5 years back. I think so. The moment when I started this first batch after the pandemic, I had one bitter experience. Can I share it now? The demo classes, right? What do they understand it now? So one student came to me. It might be registered for the course and everything was happened. He had some ID card, core Java class especially. ID card and everything was there, right? But he came to me directly, sir, will you provide video support or not? Yes, why not? Definitely we are providing video support. That is our stand. I given that information there. Okay, sir. Now please video support to me now. Okay, if you want to get video support, no, go to our office there, give your email ID, then our admin people will share that video. I don't know what happened there. Almost all 1 hour discussion was there with that particular student, my admin people and that particular student. Nearly 1 hour discussion was there. Okay, finally the total issue came to me. My admin people persons, they came to me, sir. We explained everything to this person, but he is not in a position to understand our intention. But we are unable to handle this person there. Can you please do something with this particular person? Okay. Then give me, what is the problem there now? Just before this class, he asked to me about these videos there. But what is the problem there? Why you are not sharing videos access to him? Sir, first of all, listen, what is the problem there now? They explained. What happened there? He wanted to get videos immediately. The day when he came to the classes now, okay, accepted. We are ready to provide it. But the point is what there? He didn't have email ID. That's the problem. Without having email ID, you want to get videos. How it is? I think you understood that, right? Email ID is not available, right? Especially we require Gmail now. But first of all, you don't like that social media. That means social networks. The total sites and everything, you don't like it. Then what I have to do? Then after that, I asked him, I want to share these classroom notes. How we are able to get these classroom notes now? That we have to go for alternatives, sir. What alternative have to go there? How we are able to access this document here without having browser? You don't like that browsers, that kind of environment. I said to him, you are not fit for software industry. Better to go for some car garages or some other areas available. There you can get no. Then suitable work is going to be happen. See the point. This is the bitter express what we have there. Anyway, sir. Finally, I'm telling to you, you are going to work with software industry. Definitely some knowledge is required on what there, internet, browsing, surfing, and all these things. But still, if you don't like this kind of things in the sense, nobody will do. Even if you are not having Facebook account, that's somewhat better. Not having Facebook account, not having Instagram account, very good, happy. Not having other thing, right? YouTube account, okay, very happy. But must have Gmail account. That is mandatory. Without that, you can't do anything. Your life is not going to be move forward. Okay. Right, sir. Now let's go to the point here. Where we are now, example here, what I have taken there. All right, we want to open the Gmail, right? Gmail.com. When we provide an URL on the address bar, automatically we are getting what? A login page we are getting or not? When we got that login page, username, password, 2 fields are available. There we entered our username. There we provided password. Am I right or not? After providing username and password on the respective fields, you may have a login button. What button is available there? Login button is available. When we click on that login button, automatically your username and password will be validated internally, will be checked internally. If your username and password both are same, username and password both are same, both are valid, then only your account page will be open. Then only your account page will be open. Your account home page will be open. If it is not available, if your username and password, anyone or both are not correct, they are wrong, definitely we are able to have the same login page with a red color message, incorrect username and password. So just assume one situation here. Without using login page, how it is possible to open your Gmail? Tell me, without having login page, how it is possible to enter into the Gmail? How it is possible to open Gmail? Yeah, if you do that, you're almost equal to God only, in my point of view, I'm sure. But everybody, the known approach is what there. Definitely, we have to open what? We have to open login page or not? That login page is nothing but user interface. The login page is a part of what there? User interface is a part of the presentation part. If it is not available, where is the look and feel for our entire application? That login page with the colors we are getting there, username, password, some logo, all these things are like what there, look and feel. Say for example, open Durgasoft.com website there. There we are able to see some type of look and feel or not. Okay, is it good or bad? It's okay, leave it. No. First of all, we are having some kind of awareness or not. Leave this one. Number of websites are available nowadays. Amazon.com, for example. Open that Amazon.com. Very good look and feel here we are getting. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? At least login pages here, if you are getting there, that's okay, fine. That will be good. Okay, then it is asking something else. No, I don't know. Go for it. Any other site, sir? Any example for it? Simple websites are required now. Just open it. Yes, sir. Flipkart. Spelling is important. KRCA. No, okay, right. Right. Now see this one. How much it is attractive? Understand it clearly. This entire, all the things, whatever the things here we have seen there, that is a look. That entire thing is what there? Look. For example, I want to go for what there? Some shoes I want to purchase. I want to take some shoes now. It is very simple to click on this particular shoes or not. If I click on it, if automatically I'm getting so many shoes or not. What happens, sir? I'm not getting what's saying. Okay, fine. Durga Sara, where? Arey yaar, let me complete my point. No, why you are interrupting? No. See, when I click on that shoes part here, automatically here we are getting the total content or not. This is a feel. Feel. When we click on it, it's very simple to click on a particular item. If I click on it, automatically all the shoes related data here we are getting or not. This is a fill. Look is what there. The moment when we look at it now, that entire web page is available in attractive mode. That entire web page is available in attractive mode. That is called as what the looking good. Then what is the feel here now? If we click on something, immediately we are getting some shoes related information. That is a fail. How much it is easy for me to get shoes information now? Get my point or not? Say for example, if we come back now, there, for example, I want to go for what there, some other content here, what there, for example, watch. If I click on this watch there, just immediately, their watch item is available. Click on it, all watches are coming or not? This is a fail. How much I feel comfortable? How much I feel comfortable to open this one to get these details now? Then fail. So this user interface, this entire thing is nothing but what there? User interface. This user interface is providing look and feel to the enterprise application or not? That is exactly the requirement of what there? Enterprise applications user interface. User interface or presentation layer main target, main purpose is what there? To improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. Say, first of all, if that website is not looking good, who will come to that website now? Understand it here. If it is not looking good, then customers may not be attracted for it. Whether you are having good products or bad products, that is a different story. But look and feel is important or not? Understand my point clearly? What I'm telling you. That's why, because of that reason only, we are having what there? Look and feel. That's the meaning of this look and feel here. So, user interface layer is able to improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. This is point number one. Clear? Observe carefully. After that, next one is watch. Okay, I think I closed it. The same thing here I want to open there. Now the same, say for example, flipkart.com. The same thing here I opened. Whenever we are getting this one, now observe carefully. Okay, just when we provide it, when we open this page, there we are getting all this content. It's okay, well and good. Up to that, it's okay, fine. But the point is what? Next one is what there? I want to do some shopping through this flipkart.com. If you want to do some shopping through flipkart.com, then first of all, I have to click on like what there login. Login is required or not? All right, sir. Login is required. When I click on this login here, automatically the login page has to be open. Automatically, what it has to open there? Login page. Enter email or mobile number. Like this here, we have to provide request OTP or maybe some process, their own process. But it may not be the standard one. It is up to flipkart.com. If you go for amazon.com, that might be a different one. Or if I get my point or not? Okay, fine. For example, now see this one. Here, if I enter something else like what there, some username or something else, if I enter no, observe carefully. If I enter this particular one, username there, if I click on this request OTP, automatically OTP will come to like what there, my mobile number or maybe something else. No, if I provide mobile number here, okay. Then after that, then what happened here? If I enter that OTP, maybe password may be generated. Without password, it will be open. Something else, for example. See, observe carefully. For what purpose this text field is available? Getting information from the user. This entire thing is acting as an interface, getting data from the user, passing the data to the internal application or not? Now internal application will do some process or not, then it is providing the required information to the user or not. So think a minute about it. If this page is not available, if this entire page is not available, how it is possible to carry the data from user to enterprise application? Is it possible to carry the data from user to enterprise application if this page is not available? Not possible. That's why, what's the point here I'm telling to you? Observe carefully. It is able to provide a very good environment. It is able to provide a very good environment to carry or to get data, to get the data from the users in order to send to the enterprise applications. The main purpose of this, that another important purpose of this user interface is what there, to get the data from the users and to send the data to the enterprise application. Now it is acting as a data carrier or not? The bridge between user and our server side application or not? Able to collect data from user, able to send the data to what there, to the server side application or enterprise application. To collect user data to supply to the enterprise application, that user interface is required. That user interface is what they're required. Observe carefully. It is able to provide a very good environment to get the data from the users in order to send it to the enterprise applications. That is one point here. Okay, fine. Leave this one. After completion of this, all of you observe carefully. Next one is, say for example, one more time, for example. All right, sir. Now, what it is asking actually, for example, email ID, enter email or mobile number, something it is asking. Am I right or not? For example, I provided email is what there, something else, just Nagoor I given. Is it the right email ID? If I click on request OTP, what it is providing there? See, it is giving some red color message. It is giving some red color message. What is that message? You know, please enter valid email ID or mobile number. Am I right or not? Okay, fine. Say for example, I want to enter some mobile number. Is it a valid mobile number? Again, if I click on this one, there we are getting like what there? Some data here we are getting. Please enter valid email ID or mobile number. Like this here we provided. Got it or not? So when I enter data on the user interface, what it is doing internally, it is checking whether the data is valid or not. It is checking whether the data is valid or not. If the data is valid, then only the data will be submitted to the server side application. If the data is not valid, immediately it is displaying the same data with some error message or not. Please, email ID is incorrect or maybe mobile number is incorrect. Like this, it is providing some message to the user or not. So this entire process is nothing but data validations. This total process is called as what there? Data validations. All of you understand my point clearly. So now tell me how these data validations are performed actually. Listen, two types of data validations. Everybody understand it now. Two types of data validations. What are the two types of data validations now? First one is what there? Client side data validations, and the second one is what there? Server side data validations. Everybody understand it now. What is server side data validation? First of all, data validations are done at a server mission, server side application. Data validations are performed at a server side application, at the server side. That means after entering the data from the user, after getting data from the user, after submitting the data to the server side application, at the server side application, before using the data in the business logic, checking whether the data is valid or not. At the server side, before using data in the enterprise application, checking whether data is valid or not is called as what there? Server side data validations. Is that good or not? That is called as what there? Server side data validations. To perform server side data validations, listen carefully. To perform server side data validations, we are going to use some Java code in general. To perform server side data validations, we are going to use what code there? Java code we are going to use. Got it or not? Leave it one. Second category is what there? Second type is what there? Client side data validations. How we are going to perform client side data validations? What is client side data validations? First of all, no. Whenever we provide data, whenever we click on these buttons there, whenever we provided data, whenever we are clicking on these buttons, no, automatically that browser itself, not sending data to the server directly, the browser will take the data what we entered. The browser, at the browser level, the data will be checked whether the data is valid or invalid. Without submitting data to the server, at the browser, the data will be checked whether it is valid or invalid. This type of checking process, this type of data validity checking is called client-side data validations. This type of data validity checking is called as what there? Client-side data validations. Server-side data validations we understood. How we are able to perform server-side data validations? No, just by using Java code, by writing some Java functions, we are able to perform server-side data validations. But how do we perform client-side data validations? No, how it is possible to perform client-side data validations here? To perform client-side data validations, we are going to use JavaScript functions. Of course, if you are using some frameworks like Angular or React, no, some predefined environment is available for what there? Data validations. But at basic level, I'm telling there, if you want to perform client-side data validations, either directly or indirectly, what we have to provide there? JavaScript functions here we have to provide. Got my point or not? JavaScript functions. But where we are going to provide the JavaScript functions, sir? Now tell me. Where we are going to provide the JavaScript functions? Now tell me. The JavaScript functions we are going to provide either in the HTML file or in the JSP files. The files what we are going to use to provide presentation, where only we are going to provide the JavaScript functions, or maybe separate JS files we are going to use, that we are going to import into the your HTML files or maybe JSP files. Got my point or not? Finally, the JavaScript functions would be executed by our parser inside the browser. Every browser must have a parser. Are you aware about it? Sir, it's somewhat related with the UI technologies I'm asking now. Not Java. Every browser must have a parser. Who will execute your HTML code now? Tell me. A browser is executing. In browser, who is executing that? First of all, answer for it. Who is executing Java program? JVM. Inside the JVM, who is executing? Interpreter. Inside the JVM, who is executing? Interpreter. Got it or not? Similarly, who is executing your HTML code? Browser. Inside the browser, who is executing now? Parser. Parser is executing your HTML code. In the future, when we define JavaScript functions for the data validations, parsers must execute that JavaScript code. Parsers must execute JavaScript code. Understand my point clearly now? All right, sir. But where that JavaScript code is executed, where the JavaScript code is provided in the HTML file. In the HTML file is what there? Part of the presentation layer. Part of the presentation layer in the sense what there? User interface layer. Am I right or not? So finally, the point here, what I'm telling to you, the conclusion I'm telling to you, it will provide, what is that? User interface layer or presentation layer will provide a very good environment to define and execute all the JavaScript functions in order to perform the client side data validations. In order to perform the client side data validations. Right, sir. Everybody understand it? In order to perform what their client side data validation. This is another point here we have to understand. So observe carefully. What are the points here we discussed here? It is a topmost layer in the enterprise applications. Its main purpose is to improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. It is able to provide a very good environment to get the data from the users in order to send to the enterprise applications. It will provide a very good environment to define and execute all the JavaScript functions in order to perform the client-side data validations. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? All right, sir. Next one is after this. One more point, but technical point, how much you are going to understand, I don't know, but we have to understand this point also now. It will provide a very good environment to send different types of the requests to the server side applications It can be used to send different types of the requests like get, post. Are you aware about these names? Head, trace, options, delete, put, and so on to the server side applications. Yes, sir. Any awareness on these concepts? No. In general, request types or HTTP methods. Again, you might be aware about in a UI technologies content. These points can, right? Like HTTP methods, or in other words, you may call it as what their request types. 7 types of request types are available in general. What are the 7 types? Can know get request, post request, head request, options request, put request, trace request, delete request. 7 types of request types are available. By default, get request is going on to the server side. The default request type is what their get. Default request type is what their get. Without specifying any particular request type, if we send a request to the respective server side application, then that request type is what their get request. But not only get request, I want to provide some post request. I want to send some head request. I want to send some delete request. I want to send some put request from a client to the server side now. There we required user interface. Where we required what there? User interface. Simple example. I think you already aware about HTML forms. Form tag, you are aware about it, right? Tell me what are the various attributes of this form tag? No, form. What next one here? No, method. Okay, later I will go for it. Action is equal to server side resource address. Say for example something else, login for example. Then here we are going to use method. Method is equal to what? Method is equal to what? There we have to use what there? The request type. What request type we are going to provide there? Maybe get or maybe post or maybe head, the request type now. That means the request type we provided along with method attribute in a form tag or not? That form tag we are going to provide in an HTML file or not? That HTML file is a part of the user interface. HTML file is a part of the presentation layer. Getting clarity or not? So because of that reason, what's the point here I'm telling to you? Observe carefully. It will provide, that means presentation layer will provide a very good environment to send different types of the requests like get, post, head, trace, options, delete, put, and so on and so on and so on to the server side applications. This is another point here we have to understand. Okay, leave this one. This is completed here. After completion of this particular point here, next one is what there? To prepare user interface layer in the enterprise applications, we have to use a separate logic called presentation logic. The logic is called as what there? Presentation logic. A separate logic called presentation logic. Okay, fine. Next one is in the enterprise applications, to prepare presentation logic, we will use the technologies. Like what are the various technologies here we are going to use? If you understand it, say for example, the technologies like I'm going to give the technology set HTML, CSS, and if you want to go for the core Java, there AWT and Swing, but nobody is using nowadays. Nobody is using nowadays. That's why I'm not going to list in the actual part here HTML, CSS. What next one here now? Bootstrap. Then what next one here? Apart from this, JavaScript for the sake of scripting. Next one is what there? Apart from this, Angular, some frameworks. These are the frameworks now. Either Angular we have to use, or what next one here now? React, JS here we have to use. Got it or not? Then what next one here? Apart from this, no? Vue.js. Next one. Vue.js, Vanilla.js. Fine, and so on and so on and so on. It's okay. This is not UI class, sir. This is a Spring class now, right? Fine, that's okay. So many technologies are available. Alright, sir. Now this is the overall information about like what their presentation layer. Just we completed only presentation layer. Just some description here I given there. Very first class, or just only the content here what I given there. What exactly the syllabus which is available. What exactly the concepts are available in Java frameworks. These are the concepts here we started there. Next one, Spring framework we started. In Spring framework, simple syntax here, simple content here given there. After that, we started with what there introduction. There we have to provide what there enterprise application. After that, enterprise application architecture. In that enterprise application architecture, what exactly the layers are available? That layered diagram here I provided. There we completed the very first layer. That is what their user interface layer. Up to that here we completed clearly. Okay, right. Understand it? Today is a startup class for the Spring framework. Just introduction part I started. Then tomorrow and day after tomorrow, no classes for the Spring framework. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, the regular core Java class I'm going to take. Okay, core Java class, regular process I'm going to take. Next class for Spring framework is on Monday. Next class for Spring framework is on what there? Monday. Monday onwards, weekdays I will take Spring framework classes. On weekends, some pending topics in core Java I'm going to discuss. Okay, right, sir. That is the clarity. That's the total content today. Then tomorrow, regularly we can come for what class there? Core Java class. That where we stop at there, we are going to continue that particular content. Tomorrow and day of tomorrow, core Java class. Again, next Spring class will be on what? Monday. Monday we are going to discuss the content. Got it? Fine. Have we got any messages? I think you understood it, right? Thank you. Tomorrow we will meet for the remaining classes. Thank you. Thanks a lot.